Let's get more analysis then from Doha. Mahjoub Swery, a professor of contemporary Middle Eastern politics, joins us. He from Qatar University. I think we saw there on the faces of those three men, those three Israeli prisoners, quite a lot of shell shock. This is clearly, of course, a hugely significant moment for them at the end of 15 months of captivity. And we heard a few of the words being said by those three captives. We don't know under what kind of duress those statements were made, but certainly thanking the Al-Qassam brigades for keeping them alive and calling for negotiations to continue. Mahjoub Swery, what do you make of those comments that the three hostages made?
I think what we were watching a new phase of the psychological warfare that Hamas is waging against Netanyahu in particular and the Israeli government. The statement made by the three Israelis were a reflection of what they have suffered, but also a message to the Israelis to keep pressuring the government and Netanyahu to go ahead without any delay, any complications. Let's not forget that already Israeli government is delaying the humanitarian side of the deal. A deal is not about only exchange captives or prisoners. It's actually being humanitarian matters as well, which Israelis is creating a lot of problems so far. So I think the message was very clear from the three Israelis that the people of Israel, the society, should pressure the government to go ahead so they can, all Israelis can be released. The second, as it's seen, is actually the appearance of the three captives. They have not looked like the others. It seems the situation was not good as should be in terms of availability. Maybe they were not feeling good. I think that will be also an issue, will be shocking to the Israeli society, saying God knows what is happening to the remaining captives, actually, how they will look when they released. So I think the images today, the statements, the psychological warfare done by Hamas will double the pressure on the Israeli government to go ahead on this deal and to be more loyal to what has been agreed on, to make sure that all captives are released without any further deterioration of their health situation.
As you say, these three men looking rather paler, rather thinner perhaps than we've seen the previous sets of Israeli hostages being released by Hamas looking. You were commenting there on the impact that might have on Israeli society. What do you think that tells us about Hamas and the way that they have decided to keep these prisoners? Is it just that some perhaps were more lucky in where they happen to be being kept, or do you think this shows an active decision by Hamas and the Al-Qassam brigades in terms of their treatment of different types of prisoners?
They have announced it many times on their videos and messages that they are facing many issues of protecting the captives because of the Israelis' airstrikes and attacks. And they were actually alerting and warning the Israeli government that if anything happened to them, it should be the Israeli responsibilities. And they already actually made it in many statements that the shortage of food, the shortage of medicine, the shortage of the basic need for life, which Gazan people are suffering from, will be reflected on the captives. And I think this is an evidence today we saw that that's a reflection of what the Gazan people are suffering is being seen on the Israelis. So I think there was a consistency of their message that, if Gazan suffered, captives will suffer. And I think we saw today an evidence of that.